Well, hey y'all, happy Monday. Well, welcome back. So it's the first of the month and it's the big planting season for us here in Arizona. So today I'm going to share with you what you can plant this month, and I'm going to show you the new layout that's going on in my yard, and then I'm going to share with you the propagation station. And other than that, it's going to be a pretty quick video today, so let's go along. Slowly but surely we're getting everything adjusted. So this is all it looks like I'm growing stuff, but I'm not. This is all stuff growing off the stumps of the old brassicas, so I'm just letting it, but I need to kill it or cut it out so that I can get this soil ready for the okra. But anyhow, this is going to be kind of my okra garden. I'm going to scoot them out from the wall a little bit, but they're going to be kind of close to that little white edge so that can drain away the water. I still need to empty this bed, but we've decided that we're going to use this bed. So I'm going to explain that in a minute. And back here, I got this all weeded out yesterday. So this is all, and I didn't plant any of this year, mind you. So this is all calendula and nasturtia, and there's a couple of bachelor's buttons, but this is all just reseeded from last year, and one little volunteer tomato over there. So I'm gonna do something with this bed, and this is all happening this week because I need this dirt in another location. And these are the kale that I picked out of here. So they had a little bit of droop for a couple of days, a couple of leaf drops, but otherwise they're relatively happy. And same thing with this collard green. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going, and this bad boy is starting to bloom again, so yay to that. These guys over here, this one had some leaf drop in the first couple days. It was pretty sad. I'm trying not to trim anything off until it gets really secure. Then I'll take this leaf off. And this little baby that I put over here is kind of so-so. Again, these all kind of, I haven't cleaned these up yet, but see, it had a little bit of leaf drop as it extended its roots in. Then down here, if you look on the pepper, it's got all kinds of little new growth. So it looks like everything is settling in. And again, this is kind of got a little bit of leaf drop, but new growth in there. And I've just been kind of keeping it in the shade for a couple of days until it recovered, and then I can move it back out over into that area. And the calendula is just crazy as ever. The strawberries are happy. I still need to get those fertilized. Maybe I'll get that done tonight. Lots of cosmos blooming. And I don't know if yeah, there's a big fat pea right there. Definitely a lot sweeter right now. And then over here, this is, and it's taking a beating coming outside, but that's okay. It can suck it up. But this is basil. That's my oregano. This is the weird little matchlings of tomatoes that we made. And then these are my squashes, my cucumbers, and the only thing that I didn't get seeded up yet are my beans, but I'm not too worried about that. This is some Swiss chard I planted a while ago. The mint's fine. This pineapple that we planted a while ago is happy. All these flowers over here are happy. And in a second, I'm going to do a little identification where I talk to you about how to identify some of the leaves in your wildflowers or edible garden. Now, if you look out here, there's a lot of changes been made. We cleaned up all along the fence line, all the way into the girls' play area. So now, you can see I've got a sprinkler head right here, and if the sweet potatoes were going to be sitting right here, I just didn't think that'd be ideal. So that's going to be the sweet potatoes. That is the dirt from this bed, and I was just gonna try and get away with putting it out in bulk trash, but my husband just was not having it. So I'm actually gonna sift through it and get the grass out, and then that's gonna be the first layer of what will now be a 3-level bed, because we're gonna bring the 2 stacks from over on the pool deck, attach it to that, and so then that bed will be about as tall as the straw bales hill. And then The grow bags will be in soon. That will have all the tomatoes in it. So we'll have tomatoes just all along here. I might move my little just kind of throwaway can somewhere else. My composter is going to stay here, and then like I said, it would be tomatoes all along there. And over here, this bed is doing fine. It's just working along its paces. I still need to get some cilantro out of here, but we're having a big salad tonight, so I'll get some of this lettuce, some of this spinach. Then we're gonna let this here just kind of heal for a while. And like I said, and my husband really wants to take the bottom off and make this just like an open bottom bed, and so I don't know if I'm 100% on that yet, but so then this is just going to be a new setup for us. And then on the sides I might do some extra bags of just random things, but otherwise with the okra and everything over there, we'll have mostly our squashes and cucumbers and everything in here, and then tomatoes along there, and if we get any peppers. But this is kind of where we're going. So when you look at this kind of looks like a lot of weeds, and I see on Instagram that a lot of people are asking questions about crazy things that look like weeds coming up in their flowers. So I just wanted to do some identification for you real quick, because this is all from an edible flower mix besides some nasturtia that I planted back there. But this is just your everyday cilantro or coriander, because it is going to turn into flowers and all of it is going to be edible. Now this here, where it's getting fuzzy at the top, you can tell that it's on its way to becoming a flower. Now this guy back here in the bag that looks like a serious weed, here's one right here too. Those are actually cornflowers, or called bachelor's buttons. Now these furry ones that have actually, I mean, they kind of feel a little prickly. These are the leaves of borage. And some people like to eat the smaller, real immature leaves. They say they taste like cucumber, but these are going to make a really pretty blue flower as well. And then this is the calendula, and we see this all over my yard. And to me it's easy to identify because it has these pretty, always the same way, symmetrical, kind of elongated leaves. So again, this is bachelor's button, look, and it's got a flower coming up there, and borage, and this is cilantro, and then even down there without a flowering one, that's calendula. And back there in the back, the ones that kind of look like crisscrosses, those are all going to be cosmos. And these might be some, I can't think of the name right now, that I've planted, zinnias. So this is, again, how a lot of things could look like weeds, but they're actually all edible, and in some cases medicinal flowers. I had this big plan, like I was going to keep this sweet potato and I was going to plant it in the bed with everything else, with the slips. And then, so I started taking really good care of it again, and now it started making slips again. So I'm going to get those slips off and get them. See, this is that small slip that I pulled off at the very top, and you see how crazy those roots are now. And these are the original ones. This is a little piece of basil that I pulled off of that basil plant that's outside. And look at, I mean, that is just a week, and those roots just went crazy in there. So that's another reason why I'm not too worried. This is the mint, and I'm really just tickled with the mint because it makes plants all the way down in the water. I don't know if you can see all that green life in there just coming right off. And see, my slips are ready to plant, so that's why I got to get that dirt moved over and get that kiddie pool filled up. But there's my little propagation station. Here's our planting guide for March. So we can plant Armenian cucumbers, cantaloupe, watermelon, summer squash, blackberries, Malabar spinach, tomatillas, corn, tomatoes, and pepper from transplant, grapes, carrots, artichoke radishes, green onions, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, winter squash, eggplant, loofah, and beans. After the 15th, we can go ahead and put in our roselle, okra, edamame, lima beans, snake beans, black-eyed peas, peanuts, and we want to thank growinginthegarden.com for this awesome planting guide. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the little things that I've got going on in the yard. I hope you've got tons of little seedlings going on and that all your little transplants that you've already put in are happy. I feel a little behind, but there's been years that I was so ahead that I lost plants due to frost or there just not being enough sun at the time. So I'm okay with starting, you know, in the middle of March because it's going to take me a while to condition these bales. And I'm going to be talking about that over the course of the next couple videos because you can't plant directly into these bales. You actually have to condition them a little bit. So I'll let you learn along with me as we get into the conditioning process with the bales. But until then, I hope you have the best day ever and I look forward to chatting with you again. And until then,